Yo, what up? All right. We got another one from Norm Macdonald.
Okay, Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
What we got?
These are the best Norm Macdonald impressions.
All right, well, let's go. I didn't know he was known for, good impressions.
Yeah, well, I think these are people doing Norm Macdonald.
Doing Norm Macdonald
Yeah.
impression. Okay, well, let's go, man. Should be funny.
All right.
Everyone that meets you does an impression of you.
What?
You're one of those guys that you make such an impression on people that everyone that meets you does a Norm Macdonald.
It's amazing how, some of your friends, seriously, those guys who came out of Saturday Night Live, like Sandler, you, Chris Rock. There's a lot of guys who sort of all of a sudden are real big players.
Yeah, Norm got his own TV show.
Norm's doing well. What?
What?
Do you hang out with Norm, or is it impossible?
It's pretty impossible because he's crazy.
He is.
In LA, I call him and he goes, I go, what happened last week? I called you to go on. You called me? And I go, yeah. On my phone? I go, yeah. And he goes, oh, yeah, I got that. I go, you didn't call me back? No.
And he's serious.
Yeah, he's crazy.
And yeah, I know. I have him on the show.
I love him, though. He's the funniest guy around. I think you need to be kind of crazy to be really funny.
He is very funny.
Norm's walking into the bar. It was noon when he called me. It was 8:30 at night. And he goes,
I know.
where are you going? And I'm like, I'm fucking hammered. I'm going home. He's like, I just got here. And I'm like, I know, you're 8 hours late. Like, well, have a fucking beer. I'm being weird. I'm like, I'm not. I want to go. I can't walk or see.
I call up Norm. I said, Norm, you want to go to Palm Springs with me? It's a 3-day Jim McClain course. Yeah. So I pick him up. He rides out there with his feet out the window all the way, listening to Johnny Cash. Remember that?
Yeah.
And we get out there, and the next morning I call him to wake him up to go. He's sound asleep. I got to call him 3 times and knock on his door. And then he gets up and he goes, I can't find my shoes. He looked me with a little kid.
I saw you on Conan once, and you said crack whore and midget several times.
Yeah.
So then I did do a thing, full confession. I did Norm Macdonald as an alarm clock. And it was like, this is what I wake up. Hey, wake up there. There's a crack whore and a midget in your bed. So I just thought that was really funny, right?
What about the other impressions?
Drunk guy comes up to him at the bar and goes, hey, aren't you Norma? And he's gone. He's just suddenly gone.
None of this.
Norm's back at the bar going, hey, what happened? What happened to that guy? Hey, where'd he go?
Bad.
That's right.
Where'd he go?
That's pretty good.
Well, I can get you down.
That's pretty good.
Kind of in here somewhere.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
This character is voiced by Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, that's Yaphet.
And that he's just a blob.
He's a blob.
Yeah, and how did you get Norm to do it? I love Norm Macdonald.
I asked him, do you want to be a blob? And he said, yeah, sure, I'll be a blob, sure, why not?
Yeah, sure, I'll be a blob.
That's how it happened.
Is that really?
Yeah.
Are you buddies with Norm?
I don't know Norm super well, but I've been a huge fan of his for many years. He's that guy who's, for me, he's high on the list of SNL people.
I'll just say, he goes, hey, look, Dan, not everyone's a real pain in the ass like you, and you're screwed. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you. Nobody can stand you. I can't stand you. You ask around anyone. 3 seconds. And he just insulted him on such levels that was so wrong that I can't repeat. And literally, when the sketch started, he turned and goes, imagine if you will. I just nailed it.
Probably the funniest, smartest person I've ever met. I'll give you a story about Norman. Dirty Work came out, the reviews weren't great. It's become like a cult thing, but especially up here. And the people are very affectionate about that movie, and I think that's a testament to Norm. I got to hang out with Chris Farley for 2 weeks. And it was his last movie, and he was the funniest human being I ever met in my life. So him and Norm, Adam Sandler came up to do a part, Don Rickles, Chevy Chase. It was unbelievable. It was great. So the review came out in my hometown paper. The critic said Artie Lang has all the charm of a date rapist.
Oh my goodness!
That's what he said. Okay, my
They
mother
can write that.
My mother read that.
Oh my gosh!
So Norm, this is how smart Norm is. Within 3 seconds, this was Norm's response when I told him, because he thought I was upset. He goes, "Hey man, that's fucking great." I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "A date rapist has to have way more charm than a regular rapist." Like think of something that witty right away. That's the kind of guy he is. You just laugh and.
You know, Norm's one of those guys, he'll write something that's a really funny joke, but also let you realize he's a sick fucker. You know, it's like he said,
Yes.
You ever find yourself, one of his Norm's bits, which I just thought like, oh, I fell off my chair, and he said, you ever find yourself lying, telling a lie, and you're halfway through, you realize, wait a minute, there's no possible way I could benefit from this lie. Why am I lying? Saying, hey, did you see Avatar? Yeah. To me, that's just a monster.
Yeah.
You know, that's a twisted mind.
Yeah, he's gifted.
If you want to hear a story,
I love me a Norm story.
One time we were in the office doing update stuff, and there'd been a news item about there was going to be a newspaper for the homeless. You know, and so we were thinking about doing some of that. So we started improvising. It was more of a scene. It's not something we could do on the segment, but it was like a tough kind of Perry White kind of editor going like, you, Miller, I want 500 words on going to the bathroom in your pants. You, Immel, give me something. Give me a human interest thing on Berenstain Bears. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah. And like a lot of like photos, maybe some, you know, a little human side. You know, what are pets, that kind of thing. And so nothing came of it, and I sort of forgot we had the conversation, and then the first meeting we have after the summer, Norm comes in and goes, hey, Downey, remember that, that thing we were talking about there with the, remember that thing with the newspaper for the homeless, you know? That thing? The homeless newspaper? And I go, yeah. He goes, yeah, well, you know, I was out in L.A. and I was asked to do this benefit, you know, for the coalition to feed the homeless, you know? And, you know, and I'm going, no. And he goes, yeah, you know, I did that bit, you know? They hated it. Hated it.
All right, you tell me now. That's the Andy Kaufman part of the joke, or is he actually surprised that they hated it? That's what I can't quite figure with. Look,
Well, you know what? I like Norm Macdonald. Let's give him the money for the
I
week.
didn't even know he had a podcast.
Oh yeah, dude, Norm Macdonald. Did you see him on Conan telling that moth joke?
No.
Yeah, you got to see it.
No, I haven't.
Dude, you know how many comics out there don't give a fuck, but kind of still do. You have to kind of still do to eat. That guy
Norm
truly
doesn't. He's so fucking funny.
One of my best opening monologue jokes ever. Did you ever see? Remember that whole thing when he was doing Weekend Update and they told him to make it funnier. So he didn't. He just was more Norm the next week. So eventually, of course, he gets fired. So then he goes off into the Hollywood world. He's got a TV show or a hit movie or some shit. So now they bring him back to guest host on SNL, and I'm going to butcher this, but he kind of came out. He's like, yeah, so people know I got fired from this show, so now they got me back hosting, which means either I got a lot funnier or this show sucks. That's what he opened up with, and I know that wasn't approved. Sorry for the bad Norm. I'll have Jay Moore on to make up for it.
That was a great Norm. Norm, listening to Norm on Stern or anything, any podcast, listening to, I don't know if you remember when Charles Grodin would do Letterman, and just knowing he's going on there, that it was always a fucking great show.
Oh, yeah,
that's
and
what
people didn't get that he was fucking around.
Yeah, that's
amazing.
how Norm is anytime. If Norm's the guest, I'm fucking.
hey, now listen. Did I hear some rumble that Brother Sandler, sent out Maseratis to the cast of Grown Ups? Did you reap the benefit?
First of all, let me just say one thing. Nothing's better than Nancy Pelosi Augustus reference.
Pelosi Augustus.
I'm still swooning over that one. Yeah, Sandler gave Maseratis to Spade, Schneider, Kevin James, Chris Rock, all of whom need one, by the way. Very badly, but
Exactly. What'd you get?
no bitterness, but me and Norm Macdonald, yeah, we're splitting a zip car.
And you split a zip car with Norm. It's like having one of those, those Christmas trees the drivers have that smells like North Slope Sensimilla.
Yeah, this car, I don't know, they must have been smoking pot in here or something.
Norm cancels on us once every 2 weeks, and I almost enjoy it more than him showing up at this point, because he always wants me to talk to some ventriloquist puppet that he says is on the phone. A Holocaust tonight. What has happened to Norman?
And then when he sees, he's going to go, how come you never have me on your show?
Nope.
We tried to get you on. What?
Nobody funnier though. I mean, you
Nope.
got to give it to him.
Nobody funnier.
That guy. If I'm in a room with him for 10 minutes, they got to put the paddles on me because I flatline from.
Now, what if Norm Macdonald
Oh my God!
tried out for the floaters?
Well, wait. Are we down a member? How did I get here? Who
Norm,
left?
we want a Canadian.
I'm Norm Macdonald. This is take 2. Now I guess it's 2A or 3 now. You know.
You're getting mired in this, Norm. I think you're
floaters.
You're up in your head. Just speak from your heart. You know.
Oh, you want me to let it flow?
Float. Yeah. Float.
All right. I'm a Sagittarius. My name is Norm. That's short for Norman. And I like a girl with like a really big butt.
Weirder the voice, the more fun they are to watch. Like Norm Macdonald. I love Norm Macdonald. Great comedian. But he's if you don't know who he is, he's the guy who's the theory. Who needs a punchline when you have the word crack whore? See, I said that. Oh, God, I just said it there, you know?
Is it offensive when I do you to you?
No, you do it. You do
It's
it nice.
exaggerated.
It depends. Like some people.
All my impressions
Some
are
people
nice.
like
they
Frank
do?
Caliendo. He puts a comment in there. He's like,
See, I don't. No, I don't see that.
He's like, well, why you don't need a punchline if you say crack or. Yeah, I'm like, well, that's more of a comment, right? I can do an impression of myself. Hey, what's going on? Hey. That's the impression.
I've never heard you say that.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey,
what's going on?
Sounds like you doing an impression of Brewer doing an impression of you. Shit. Yeah.
Man. The great Norm.
Yeah,
man. One of a kind, definitely.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. You know, maybe, I think, I'm trying to think who was the best. I mean, maybe Dana Carvey. Frank Caliendo was kind of good. I know Norm, it sounded like Norm didn't like it.
Exactly, man. So they say, man, they only make impressions of great people, man.
Yeah, that's the greatest form of flattery.
Exactly.
And everybody wants to impersonate Norm.
Yeah, man.
I guess it's easy to, I ain't a punchline. You have the word crack whore. Yeah.
What did he say on that SNL? He said, it's either something's wrong with me or this show really sucks.
Yeah. That was Bill Burr. Oh, shit.
Oh, man, yeah, man. Great jokes, you know, they obviously came from a great mind. You know, he was definitely, you know, unique, you know, like an odd character. Like they said, he had to be a little crazy to be that funny. You know what I mean?
I think you have to be that funny.
All right.
To be on that level, you got to be a little crazy, probably.
All right,